Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, my name is Carol Tichie Caribou. This is another thrifted transformation video, yes. And if you haven't watched my first ever thrifted transformation video on my channel, I'll put a link up there so you can go check it out. So today's video, I'm transforming this LBD, this little black dress, from being cute. I mean, it's cute. I have nothing against it, but I think I can just make it a little bit more edgy that would fit my personality. Like, I want something jaw-dropping. So I'm transforming this LBD from this to a jaw-dropping LBD. Yes. I mean, I love the dress, how it fits. I like the lace detailing. Yeah, so I see the potential in the dress, so let's do it. Let's do it, guys. First thing I'd like to do is separate the lace from the lining. So I just check where the lace and the lining are attached. So around the neckline, around the sleeves, and also this string holds the lace and the lining at the bottom so that the lining doesn't ride up. So I proceed to cut off the string on both sides, and then I move to the armhole where I use a seam ripper to take out the armhole. I need to be very gentle because I don't have extra fabric, so I just need to work with what I have, and seam ripping as opposed to cutting is the way to go for now. Now that both sleeves are out, I proceed to seam ripping the neckline because I want to completely separate the shell from the lining. Now the shell is the lace or any other fabric, and then the lining. So when you hear me say the shell, I mean the actual fabric, and then the lining is the lining. Oh, I just love this lace, guys. This is a very unique lace. It's not like a typical lace that you see on the fabric market, so I really like it. So the plan is to cut it into an asymmetrical shape, like one hand. You call it one hand, but in fashion terms it's asymmetrical. Today I'm just dropping for you fashion terms like shell, asymmetrical. Yeah, so the point is to pin out where I want to cut, and I'm eyeballing this because I've done this for a long time, so I can eyeball. But for you, you can, if you want to make an accurate measurement, you have to measure. So I proceed to cut out the part that I don't want, and then yeah, I also realized that one of the side seams, once you cut it into an asymmetrical shape, one of the side seams will need to be reduced. So this side where there's no sleeve, no arm, your arm will be out, you need to at least pinch it in a bit, and also make sure that it's a nice smooth cut. I fold it into two and then cut the other side just to a little bit, just to balance out the shell. Next step is figuring out where the lining is going to fit in the shell, and I do that by laying it on the shell, cutting out excess fabric, and then measuring out the dimensions that I want for the lining. So I'm going for this two-piece kind of look, so it's going to cover up the bust area, and then my midsection is going to be open where the lace is, and then I'll have like an underskirt for the bottom. To get the band that will be running across the bust, I just fold the lower seam that I just cut off, and I make sure it hits the armpit of the lining, and then that's where I cut, and that's where exactly where I want to place this band underneath the armpit. So I decided on whether I should seam rip or whether I should just cut, and for this one I'll cut because remember we cut the sides of the shell, so I have extra, like just a small room to work with, so I can cut it. And a good thing about the lining is that it does stretch, so when I lay it on the shell it looks really good. So that's where we're going to stitch it on. Moving on to the lower section, which is the skirt section, I need to determine where the mid section, where it's going to be cut, how much I want the mid section to be cut. Yeah, so all this is just eyeballing and seeing what works for me. While figuring this out, I had to give myself some room for my bum. The nyash factor had to be factored in. I wouldn't want to cut it too small and then end up showing off my nyash to everyone, so I had to just factor that in. So after cutting off the midsection, which ended up being 5 inches, I proceed to overlocking every section that I've cut. So every seam that I've cut, I'm overlocking them. Yeah, I'm showing you that right now. Once I'm done with the overlocking, next step is to attach the shell to the lining, and I'm doing that by pinning them both front and back, and the shell in the middle, and then I end up overlocking. Now the reason why I'm overlocking and not straight stitching is because overlocking gives my garment a little bit more stretch. So I also noticed that when I was taking out the seams, I noticed that they did overlock, so I was like, hey, there's no need to straight stitch because straight stitches sometimes they pop open. So with overlocking, there's extra thread which gives the extra stretch, which is awesome for such stretchy garments. For the bottom skirt, I'm doing the same thing that I did for the top. I'm laying down the lining, the shell, and then the lining on top. And for this one, I had to be more accurate because I had to measure the bottom and the midsection just to ensure that everything is on the right measurements. Because this type of outfit, when you do a mistake with the measurements, it will show. So you don't want to mess up the measurements. So I pin up the sides and then I proceed to overlock and attach the lining to the shell. So I'm very gentle with this part because working with the overlock machine, it can really, if you're not careful, you can end up cutting your whole dress. So that seam at the end where I have to attach the lining and the shell is a bit bulky, and that's an area to be careful with. So yeah, I'm just working that slowly and then attaching the garment together. One thing I ensure while stitching or overlocking is that I'm really overlocking at the edge. Like, let's say a quarter of an inch is being stitched, so that I don't have a lot of allowance, so I have to work with as little room as I can, but it ended up looking really good, so I'm not mad at it. With the hanging thread, I just knot them up and snip them out, and that's what I do all over with that. Next, I'll need to attach the sleeve to the shell and also finish off the asymmetric neckline, but I'll start off with the sleeve first. I'll turn the sleeve inside out and attach it to the shell so that it's right side against right side. I'll pin all around the armhole, and then I'll proceed to overlock, because again, overlocking gives me room for stretch. And as you can see, guys, the extra stretch without popping thread is what I was looking for, and that's what I achieved. So I proceed to cutting off the bias bind, and to cut off bias binds you need to cut it across the grain, and that's what I'm doing. This bias bind is going to help me finish off my asymmetric neckline, so that's what we are doing. I've done this before with my previous thrifted transformation, so if you haven't watched that, you need to watch it, because I won't add that to this video. So if you want to see how I attach the bias bind, you'll have to go watch that video. So I cut as much as possible, and I'm reusing or repurposing the fabric that I had cut before from the lining. So this is the back, that's what gave me a lot of like room. So I cut as much as possible because I need a lot from my asymmetric neckline running from the front to the back. I pin the bias to the shell and proceed to overlock it so that I can get the extra stretch that I need before finishing off with a straight stitch. So this is the time that I use a straight stitch throughout this project. And this is how it looks like once I finished off the bias. I did a straight stitch, and I still have some room to work with in terms of stretch, and that's what I wanted. So I pressed this garment and it's done. Done. It took me around 3 hours to complete this project, and it was really fast. But yeah, this project is done. So let me remind you how the dress looked like when we started off. This was the dress. It was really cute. Like, if you're someone who doesn't like to show a lot of skin but a little bit of skin, like a sneak peek of skin, then this dress would look really cute on you. It's on the shorter side, so I wouldn't call this conservative, but it is really cute. And then let's check out the transformation. I really love how it turned out. I am a sucker for this dress. Like, what? Look at all that skin. I am not afraid to show skin, clearly. But I also like how it just looks like a two-piece outfit. Now let's take out that extra bra strap, because it ain't cute. For an asymmetric dress, you don't need that extra strap. It doesn't look cute. But yes, look at that. I am really loving this two-piece illusion. It looks really cute. I love it. And also, if you want to check out my hair straightening video, I'll just put it up there so you can go check it out, just in case you're curious. Okay, this is how the dress turned out. It looks really cute. I love it. I mean, are you looking at me or are you looking at my reflection? Because they're both giving. So one thing I would do differently is to add a couple of inches on the band, because you can sneak peek my bra, but it's okay because it's a black bra. Now I just love the lace. Can you see how it looks against my skin? It looks really good. I already shot a couple of TikToks, and this one is fashion related and so related to this video, so I want you guys to check it out.
Hey girl.
Hey girl.
What's going on? You getting ready?
Yeah, what are you wearing to brunch today?
I think I'm gonna look casual cute. Casual cute
Okay.
is what I'm feeling.
But I mean, like, casual cute, how? Are you wearing jeans? Are you wearing a dress?
I got on a two-piece situation. Yeah, I got on a two-piece, like a casual cute, sexy two-piece.
Okay, well, are you wearing heels?
I got on some real comfortable, like casual cute,
Girl,
heel wedges.
What's the
flats.
vibe? What is the vibe that we're on? What vibe are you on?
A brunch vibe. Casual, cute, sexy, flirty, cute, sexy, casual.
Let me show you guys how I ended up styling this outfit. So I did white shoes and a white bag. Going monochromatic with this look is key, I think, with some gold basic earrings, and just let the lace shine, because look at that lace. It needs a moment on its own. I'm really enjoying these fashion videos, guys. Do let me know what you think. Subscribe on your way out, and I'll catch you on the next one. Mwah.